Hey everybody, it has been officially, hold on, let me get this kind of straight because I don't have my regular stand. So it's officially been, I believe, a week since my surgery, and I know a lot of people, or my 100 and whatever subscribers at least, have been wondering like, okay, what's going on, you know, where's our video? I was gonna try to get my hair redone and put some makeup on and stuff, but I'm just not at that stage right now. I'm still kind of weak and I'm still recovering. So I said, let me just be real, you know, and just give you the real deal. I started at, my highest weight was 293. My surgery weight was 275. I weighed myself this morning. Mind you, this is, let's see, I had surgery Tuesday. So you don't count Tuesday or you do, I don't know how people do it. So I had my surgery Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So really I'm only 6 days out after surgery. Yeah, so tomorrow would make it a week. But I'm 262 pounds. So let's see. So I lost 13 pounds in 6 days. But for people who are smaller, let me say, I am a larger young lady. I'm about 5'10", 5'10 and a half. Closer to 300 pounds. So I'm going to lose more weight faster than if you were 215, 5'3", you know, you're going to lose weight slower. So I've lost, I'm making sure I did my math right because I don't want to embarrass myself. Yeah, that's about 13 pounds. I am excited. I do feel okay. I'm going to try to hurry up through this because I want to show some of the clips. I have a lot of clips from the hospital because I know a lot of people like really want to know about the process. So in a minute, the screen will fade out and you'll see me in the hospital. The first clip is me on my way to the hospital, just how I feel. You know, I got like a little slight cold, which made recovery a little bit more tiresome. Yeah, and then I go to the hospital. You'll see a clip of me in the hospital getting ready to put on my gown and everything. Then you'll see me after the IV. And then the next thing you'll see, well, I'll introduce that. But yeah, so I'll show you that stuff right now. Good morning. It's 7-Eleven. We had to stop and get some gas. But we are on our way. I'm headed to the hospital. I did not sleep good last night. I've been on a liquid diet for 48 hours. And then after midnight, I couldn't have anything else to drink or drink. Basically, I was drinking super stuff. So I ain't feeling too good. I'm actually far from this sleep. I kept feeling like I was going.
This dude did some fan art. Oh, my bad. I didn't know you was recording.
It's okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Nah, but I'll continue on later. Hold on. So after my IV has been put in and I have some happy juice and yeah, this is where I am. I'm about to be wheeled back to the OR where I will be put to sleep. Next time you see me, I'll be waking up in recovery. So, peace. So what you're about to see is me waking up. Well, I'm not going to be waking up. You're going to see my husband recording as I'm being wheeled from recovery, which is where they put you when you're waking up from anesthesia. Once you're a little more coherent, they transport you to your room that you're going to be in. So they're wheeling me there. You're going to see them line up my surgical bed next to my, I guess, temporary bed, excuse me, in the hospital. And they're going to blow up a mattress. I thought they were going to make me scoot over. I didn't have to do anything, and I'm a big girl. So they blew up this mattress. They pulled me over to the other one. They deflated the mattress. And then you'll see the nurse is kind of talking to me about, you know, how the bed works, my pain medicine, and all that good stuff.
we good there.
Can you head up a little bit, or are you good?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, a double whammy. Yeah. Came in. Hi.
Is the release on her based on her recovery?
Yes.
Okay.
We have to make sure her labs are okay. If her pain medicine is working, and she'll be using at home.
Okay. Any pain?
Yeah, a lot of pain.
What's your name, nurse?
Jennifer.
Okay, so I'm in my room. The next thing you're gonna see, if you're squeamish, you need to skip over it because I do show my incisions. I do have stretch marks. So before you start saying anything or anybody tries to make me feel bad, child, I've been living with them for the last, how old is my daughter? 8, about to be 9 years. So do your worst. But I want to just be honest and I want you to see it. You know, you're going to see a drain. It's going to be a tube. That tube's going right into my stomach. Very uncomfortable, but it's there to kind of get any extra liquid out that's there. And then after that, I start feeling better the next day. But before we go there, I want to give you some quick tips. So in the hospital, well, before that, being a sleever, you've probably watched lots of videos. One of the things that I did not do is I did not go out and replicate what I saw other people buying. People go out and get gas X strips and Tylenol liquid, like all this stuff to take with them to the hospital. 9 times out of 10, you can't use that stuff when you're fresh out of surgery. You're on a strict food, medication regimen prescribed by your doctor. Don't waste your money. What I did purchase that was separate from my medicine was chloroseptic spray. The reason why I got this was because most people's pain is going to come from the CO2 or the gas being filled in their stomach. My pain came from being incubated, which means when you go to sleep, they put a tube down your throat, a breathing tube, as well as other tubes, is what they told me. When they took it out, my throat was extremely irritated. I'm talking about super sore. Like, mainly I used the pain medicine for my incisions for my surgery, but my throat was awful. And then I had a little cold going in already. So you got the sore throat on top of, you know, a little cold. It was bad. So as I was buying my medicine, which was, this is for acid, take that twice a day, stool softener, nausea, and then you're going to get your hydrocodone or your Vicodin in a liquid form. And I still have like half a bottle left because I didn't really like the way, I liked the way it took the pain away. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I was like, let me get some of this. I called my doctor and I'm like, my throat's sore, you know, my uvula, which is a little thing that hangs in the back of your throat, is hanging. You know, I'm dying. And he tried, get you some chloroseptic, you'll be fine. And it helped. The other thing I got was some biotin mouth spray for having like a dry mouth. So next you're going to see, you know, my incisions. And then after that, I'm starting to feel better. And I decided to make a video in the hospital, in the bed, because I didn't want to forget the things that were on my mind that were important. So stay tuned for that.
Here, he'll be taking this out tomorrow. It's the only purpose of this is to get all the fluids away from where he made all the cuts, so it doesn't tear up all the stitches on the inside.
Okay.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 little lap sites, looking good.
Okay.
You're gonna experience a little gas pain.
Yeah, I feel that.
A lot of gas pain because they pumped your belly full of air, and then right about here you might feel like little spasms as you start.
Good morning, you guys. So I just wanted to do a quick video while I was still here that I'll put together with the rest of the videos. But I wanted to make note of a few things while I'm in the hospital. Number one, when I was registered yesterday morning to get ready for surgery, and they were getting prepared, the nurse asked me, what is your pain tolerance? And normally I'm okay, but I told her that I have a very low tolerance for pain. And the reason why I said that is because I've never had surgery before, and I didn't want to tell her like, oh no, I'll be fine. And then I get out of surgery, I'm in excruciating pain, you know, and have to convince them like, hey, I need more medicine. So when I did that, I basically, sorry if the camera's moving, I basically was started off with, you know, stronger medicine, and that did help me. Yeah, and I think I was on there's morphine and there's something stronger than morphine. I had that every 15 minutes from a pain pup on a lockout. So that helped a whole lot. So my experience post-surgery and recovery was okay. And I think it's because I was honest about the fact that I might be in, more pain than usual. The other thing I was going to say is bring a pair of like little pajama pants or something. You will have to walk after surgery, and it's hell trying to get on, 2 nightgowns or, one in the front because, it opens to the back, and then they put one on the back that opens to the front so you're covered. But then you have this long IV that's connected to this that you have to push around with you. With me having a pair of pants on, I tied it up in the back and I was gone. So bring a pair of pants. What else? I have a pair of socks. You might want to bring your own pillow. These pillows is cool, but they're kind of uncomfortable. They're like, hospital quality brand. What else? I'm trying to think. I will show a picture of my incisions, just not right now because I have no bra on, and one of these big old boobies might swing down the camera, and I gotta try to edit that out. So we're not gonna do that right now. It really helped having my hair done. As you can see, it was new. This is 24 hours, 48 hours, and look at it. And if you watch my last video, you'll see, like I said, this is going to happen to your hair laying in the hospital bed, tossing and turning all night. My doctor came this morning, and he explained to me that surgery went excellent. 2 weeks prior to surgery, you are on a special diet. It's like a 800 calorie diet. I did mess up a few times, but the purpose of that diet is to thin out your liver so he doesn't have to have trouble lifting it up off your stomach so he can do the surgery. My liver was great. So if you are watching this and you are 2 weeks, pre-op, and you tried to stick to your diet, which is protein shake for breakfast, 1 for lunch, and then 400 calorie dinner. I did my best. I did a really good job actually, except for a time or two. It's important to do that. Also, I had a hernia, not the kind that's below your abdominal, but I had where my esophagus meets my stomach was enlarged. And another patient told me that could come from eating too fast. I'm not sure. I didn't ask the doctor, but I'll ask him tomorrow when he calls me to check up on me. But he fixed it. He tightened that up. And then he said the surgery went great. So, anesthesia. I mean, Kaiser is just awesome. Everybody loves their job, it seems like. And Kaiser really took the time to explain everything to me. The anesthesiologist came and met me. I asked him a few questions. He said, "Do you have any questions?" I said, "Yeah. What if I wake up during surgery like the movies?" He laughed, and he basically broke it down scientifically for me so that I could understand each chemical, what it's used for. It's not just I get one medicine. I get multiple medicines. Almost like even if I did wake up, I wouldn't feel anything. And if I did wake up, I wouldn't remember anything. Like, every medicine has a purpose. So, sorry, my throat was dry and kind of sore because they put, the tube in, a breathing tube in during surgery. But, he talked to me and made me feel calm. The guy that was watching me in recovery, because when you come out of surgery, you're like kind of groggy, you're in pain, whatever. He was cool. I kept telling him thank you. I know he was probably tired of me telling him thank you, but that's just where my mind was. I was just so out of it, and I'm used to just being independent, helping myself. There was so many people that assisted me. I just felt like crying, like, thank you. I think the medicine makes you emotional too. But other than that, yeah, man, I'm gonna make if you're watching this right now, it's probably on YouTube, and I probably have other commentary. But I just wanted to make sure I got on here. I'm gonna be taking some of these bad boys home because for yesterday. Today's the 31st, so my surgery was yesterday. I couldn't keep down anything. Everything I sipped, everything I drank, everything I ate, it came up. I spit it right back up into here, and they said that's normal. Today should be a little better, so I'm glad to hear that. I brought some Vaseline for these lips. Also there's some lotion. Where's my lotion at? Oh, yeah. They give you lotion in the hospital. I forgot to bring my own, but this is really good to have because you wash your hands so much, here in the hospital, you get dry. Oh, and then this is my bariatric choice of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So juice is always going to be diet cranberry. I have a low sodium broth option of chicken, beef, vegetable. Dessert, diet jello. orange or strawberry, sugar-free popsicle. The grape be jumping. And for your beverage, you can have a bottle of water with a little pack of Crystal Light. Remember I showed you these? I already got some. But I'm gonna drink up their stuff first. And I got me some tea. And I got herbal mint tea. I love mint tea. So yeah, man. Just want to check in with you guys. That's me. I'm still in the hospital. I will be getting out discharged in probably about 3 hours. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 hours. They came and took. A doctor came and removed my tube, and I'll be seeing him on September 8th. Just to check in with me. My incisions look, pretty good. Some staples there, a little uncomfortable, but I'm so happy with my decision. My husband stayed with me last night. He was driving all over the city because my kids started school today, so I'm here in the hospital, so he had to go get them off. But he stayed with me and slept over on that bed, that thing over there. So, whoops. It's so uncomfortable over there. But he slept there last night because he wanted to, with ladies, it was funny. We tell men, like, I want you to want to do it. So last night I called him. He was on his way. I said, look, you don't have to come. It's cool. I'm like, just stay with the kids. I'll be fine. He was like, I want to be there. I was like, you do? Like, we want you to want to be there. But anyway, yeah. So he came with me last night. Everything's all good, man. I'm so excited for other people. You will be gassy. You will have pain. You need to prepare yourself for that. It's not all just this easy, fun, adventurous thing. And I want people to know that. I'll explain this later on in my post-op video. But yeah, man, my theme has been, I feel skinnier already. All my family and friends been praying for me on Facebook, even the YouTube community. You guys are just like, if you start making videos or start watching videos, start communicating with people, people really just take you in and accept you, and it's just wonderful. So I will see you guys later. Yeah, go and get me some rest, eat my breakfast, get this last little bit of medicine in, and enjoy myself before I get back to the circus with all the kids, because they can be like, Mom, I only been gone for 1 day. Like, y'all just seen me. Anyway, see. So, that is my experience. That's the footage I could get. You guys got to remember, with all that footage, that was within less than 48 hours and me recovering. So after I got home from the hospital, in my opinion, the pain got worse to me. The O2 pains that they talk about set in for me. And I think the third night was like, I felt like, I don't even know how to explain it. I felt like somebody had took a 50-pound sack of potatoes and hit me over the back of the neck and the shoulders. And then I pulled muscle, like all of this was just awful. Icy hot could have helped, now that I come to think of it. A lot of people say icing it would help. For me, heat helped. So by that third evening, I was able to take off my bandages and get in the hospital. And I just ran the hot shower on the back and kind of relaxed the muscles. So that helped. This right here, the pain medicine, it's one of those situations where you have to just really take your time and gauge it. The first 2 nights home, I was taking it every 4 to 6 hours. I will go maybe 2 or 3 hours in between to just see if I can handle it. Sometimes I couldn't. The following day that I got home, I did get up and go walking. I live close to the end. There's my apartment building, 3 houses, and then a corner. I walked to the corner and back. That's all I had in me. The next day, I skipped walking. I was walking a lot around the house, but I didn't do too much, because what you start to feel is the fatigue set in. You start to realize, like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally living off of anywhere from 100 to 200 calories a day, because all you're drinking is your protein, any type of super liquids that you could drink, but you're not eating anything. And even if you did try to eat something, they remind you that your stomach, I'm trying to see, is no bigger right now because it's swollen, well, than this. It's really a pencil. That's all I have, my little thing. But this is your stomach. So you want to be very careful about what you try to do. And in a couple of weeks, my husband I'm going to join me, because we're going to make a video together. And I'm going to let him do his ranting, because I did try to push the limit. I think day 3 or 4, I was feeling like I was going to pass out. And I wasn't going back to the hospital because I was dehydrated. So I had some mashed potatoes. I ain't going to lie. I will tell you this. I am not a medical expert. I do not recommend you following anything other than what your doctor tells you. But as for me and mine, after I had those mashed potatoes, I felt great. I felt like that little bit of starch and carbohydrates that I was able to put in my system really helped me. I did try to stick to this liquids as best that I could. I'll show you my liquids. Let me grab them out the refrigerator. Okay, so my main source of protein is the Isopure. This is 20 fluid ounces. You're not drinking this in one day. You just not within the first week of out the hospital. My other choice was the Premier Protein. I drunk these so much that after surgery, I prefer these. I have another friend who drunk these so much that after surgery, she prefers these. It just depends on your taste buds. But you're normally drinking this every 30 minutes worth of liquid. So you kind of got to keep that in mind. So, you know, you pour some of this into there and you tell yourself, okay, I have 30 minutes to get this down. And you're literally like, you know, I've been binging on Hulu. So I've been watching a lot of series. So every so often, I'll take a sip. And by the time that series is over, the TV show's over, I'm like, okay, it's time. Pour it up. Once you get tired of that, I did go back to my Trader Joe's chicken flavored broth. Put about 6 ounces of water, mix it up, chicken flavor. You get tired of that. Then you move on to your Jell-O, you know, your sugar-free Jell-O. I got tired of that, so I let the kids start getting at it. You get tired of it. Then I got creative and got some Progresso soup. And I strained all of the vegetables and stuff and the noodles. Let the kids eat that, and I drank the soup. That was good. Once I move on to the puree stage, I'll just take this and put this in my Ninja and eat that. Take the noodles out and eat just a blended, you know, vegetable kind of soup thing. But you got to get creative, and that's what I did. Let me see. The best advice that I could give people is just keep supportive people around you and call your doctor if you don't know. I called my doctor twice since I left the hospital because I'm like, I need to know. You know, I'm reading the discharge instructions. It says if it's swollen and red around the incision, you may have an infection. And don't get on the internet and go to WebMD. You dying of brain cancer. So, you know, I called. They're like, you got to remember, when we cut your stomach, we had to pull your stomach out through one of the ports. Is the largest incision is where they pulled that part of the stomach out. It's kind of stretched. Right there, it's kind of bruised and it's red. It's not oozing. I don't have a temperature. You don't have an infection. You're not dying. You're fine. So it's like, okay, well, at least I had the opportunity to call my doctor, and my doctor called me back. So call if you don't know. Be very careful with these videos, you guys. You guys have to remember, and we all try to give a disclaimer. We're just giving you our experience through a visual medium so that you can feel a little bit better about what to expect. We are in no way telling you what to do. We're telling you what worked for us. So I just want to kind of reinforce that. Don't think that you can do what I can do and get away with it. I feel really guilty, but I kind of want to share. So my husband, so if you don't know, and we'll get into this, my husband's a bodybuilder / physical trainer. So he has this amazing body, very, very handsome man. And so he's a snacker. Can you believe it? Like, he looks like he stepped off a college football field, but he likes to snack like an old 40-year-old woman who's a housewife. Like, no offense to 40-year-old housewives. I'm thinking in terms of like Peggy Bundy, like how Peggy used to snack all day long. That's how he likes snacks. And so he buys this pie, this apple pie with a sugar crumble on top, then has the nerve to take some granola, brown sugar, whatever, and put on top of that and puts it in the oven. So I'm asleep. My medicine wears off. I wake up to this aroma. Now, mind you, earlier I had already cooked. I don't know if this was yesterday, before yesterday. I don't remember. I cooked something very good for dinner that I couldn't eat. So I decide I won't touch the apples. I'll just get a little bit of the crumble on top, very little, with a little piece. I'm trying to convince myself, with a little piece of apple pie crust, and I'm just gonna taste it, and you know, that's it. I'm gonna chew it up really fine. One turned into 2, turned into like 3. So I had about 3, like half a teaspoon's worth of like crust and sauce. Like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So as it's digesting, I start to think like, oh my gosh, like the dumping syndrome coming. And what we learned in class about the dumping syndrome is that your body can't take high in sugary foods, foods high in sugar, foods high in salt, foods high in grease. So my stomach starts doing the spasm thing where like, it doesn't hurt. It's just kind of weird. I'm like, you all right down there? About an hour later. Now, I've watched videos where people are saying they are in pain after, you know, going through dumping syndrome. They're paralyzed. They're curled up. I was chilling. But I started, and this is the other thing, I started passing gas. So solids are my system, and I'm passing gas now out the other way. So anyway, I ended up laying in the bed, feeling this urge to fart, and go, that's not fart. So I get up and I run to the bathroom. And it's like, so I'm like, oh, that's my body's version of dumping syndrome. So I'm not going to tell my doctor. My doctor's so proud of me. Just my weight loss and my enthusiasm and my ability to stay to his directions. You know, during surgery, he did tell me he was so proud that my liver looks so good and so healthy. I stopped drinking in May. So May, June, July, August. So like 3.5 months prior to my surgery, I stopped drinking. So he was so proud of me, and I don't want to tarnish his image of me. So I will not be telling him that I did try apple pie, but I will tell you guys, you better be careful. The nurse in the hospital told me some really horrible stories about one lady who was, you know, just needed counseling with her food cravings, had a cheeseburger after she got out the hospital, came back and died. And what happened was the cheeseburger was so much for her little pouch that she basically tore open her insides and, you know, died from other complications. I don't plan on dying behind no cheeseburger. I think the Lord has more for me than that. But that's been my first week. I mean, technically it's 6 days, but I don't want to put this video out because it's Labor Day. And, I mean, not that I'm working tomorrow or anything, but, you know, I just want to keep you guys updated. I'll be making my videos by the week. I enjoy it. I enjoy the feedback. I had a lot of people hit me up on YouTube just telling me like, hey Kat, I'm getting my surgery, you know, thanks for the information. So that just lets me know that there are people out there that's like, we just want to hear, I just want to know what to expect. So this is my experience. Any questions, please inbox me or private message me or just leave them on here. Please follow me on Instagram. I do post a lot of pictures. And I can cook. If you go to my Instagram, it's Kat, K-A-T, Branchman. Branch, like branch on a tree, M-A-N. If you scroll down, I love cooking and baking, flambe and cheese souffle. So I'm going to have to find ways to be able to cook that stuff healthier. But I also like to cook it and I'll give it away to people. So join me for that. And then, you know, this other thing I'm going to put out there. So about 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to try to do a bodybuilding show. I wanted to enter into a show. This is when I was in my upper weight. And I was really nervous because I'm like, how am I going to lose over 100 pounds? And I thought about that yesterday. And I'm like, I talked to my husband like, babe, you remember when I said I wanted to do this? He was like, yeah, like you're totally within, you know, reaching grasp of that goal. So we've been talking about workout schedules, and it's going to take me about a year to really get my body to where I can compete against other people. But I'm going to be putting that on here. So with all that being said, you guys stay tuned. I have some great stuff. Every Wednesday I do Second Win Wednesdays, which is where I just give an inspirational thought or quote or story. And so that'll be on here too. But Facebook is Katherine Branchman. Instagram is my YouTube. So I will be back in another week. Thank you guys for joining me. If you have any questions, holla at your girl. And hey, you know, if you are thinking about this journey, if you're already on this journey, I just want to say welcome to the family. Thank you for supporting me. I promise to give you raw and uncut. If you're wondering like what's different from this girl's channel versus other girl's channel, I just think I'm entertaining, and I think I'm some people's cup of tea. So if you like my tea, you can come get some. So I'll holla at you guys. Children starting to walk